Hello and welcome back to the Lanzarote Career Save on Football Manager 23. There is some very good news. Let's take a look. Here we go. And the very good news is... here we go. We went up. Lanzarote are going up. Lanzarote are playing the third division from next year. We are not quite sure yet, I don't think, which division it is we're playing in. However, we didn't participate in the semi-finals of the playoffs. We played in the final. Here we go. Sorry, that was the wrong division. We played in the final, so here. We beat Lanzarote over 2 legs. We beat them 2-0 in the first leg at home, and then grind out a 0-0 away. We've had a lot of movement in the squad, which we'll come to. However, the main thing is we're going up. We came second in the league behind Tenerife B. Behind Tenerife B. They went up. We lost on the second to last game of the season. Here against UD San Fernando. We got absolutely battered, to be completely honest. Arguably should have won it. In terms of the league, San Fernando finished 9th. If we'd have won that, we end up winning the last game. I believe we'd have gone up as champions. In the end, not to be. We settled for 2nd place, which gave us playoffs. In the second half of the season, we were absolutely fantastic the whole time. Since the 1st of January, we lost 3 games, drew 1 and won the rest. And then in the playoffs, for some reason, we only went into the final. I think it must be a points thing in the division. And we came up against these and beat them 2-0 at home and then drew 0-0 away. I believe that was our only competition. Yeah, our only competition. Top scorer for the season was Javier Gallardo. He was very good. He misses a lot of chances. 13 in 28 with 25 starts, average rating 6.96. Very good. I don't know if he'll cut it in the division above, but we'll come to that in a second. Highest average rating was Sergi Noose. Absolutely fantastic since I brought him in. He's been absolute rock in centre-back. I don't think, if we can see when he joined Lanzarote, November 2022. I think he played a lot of games early on when he joined, where he played 2 or 3 games where he was quite shaky. Since then, incredible. He's been given a new contract for next year. Most assists was Jesus Sedanila. He played left back for us for pretty much the whole year. I don't know if this guy has a contract for next year, actually. Let's have a look. He doesn't. We will probably sign him up for next year as our first choice left back. In terms of the squad, let's go for transfers first. We've had a lot of transfer history this year. We've got in since January, so here, starting in February, we've got in a lot of youngsters who have decent potential for the next couple of years. We got in Callum, which I think I showed last time. Good ball in the midfielder. He's 27. Maybe give him 1 more year. We have Pedro Vasquez. Very, very good. Is 34 though. Unsure if we'll give him another year or not for the time being. Christopher Ngonard. 18-year-old French centre-back on a tiny contract. Probably try and keep him for a couple of years. And I think from here downwards, it's basically exactly the same. Alberto Espinola, again, 16, good stats. See where he goes. Or good attributes, sorry. See where he goes. Oscar Salas, exactly the same thing. This guy, I don't remember. Again, decent attributes. See what he can do. Danguire looks good. He's out on loan To be honest, with a price tag like this, if we get quite a decent amount for him, I don't mind selling him, because we have this guy, Matteo Fabotti, with 20 determination. He got released by Aguias Atletico, I guess, and we picked him up. And I really, really like the look of where he could go. He can play up front, which is where I'm thinking of playing him in the future. We'll probably play out wide to start with, but his acceleration and pace are really, really low. We have Hugo Boulay, a goalkeeper. He may be first choice next season. We'll see how he develops over the summer. Enzo Matteo, nice little defender, nice little midfielder, to be honest. Plays as a mezzala, high determination, good decisions, good long shots, passing, vision, work rate. For this division, or at least the division above, he could be very, very good. He is on a non-contract, so I might try and sort that. He also scored a long shot in the first of the 2 playoff games, which was his debut. And then we have Adam Lavery, Max Payas, exactly the same. We have a couple of departures. So we got Javi Martin, Agone, Fabricio. A lot of these basically just departed so that we could free up some wages to bring in some of these youngsters. Talking of finances, our projection last time we showed it was really bad. I think it was end of 24-25 was somewhere in the region of minus 800,000. It was at some point last year. It's got worse. It got a lot better. The last time I checked prior to this, we were minus 150,000, something like that projected. Now we're minus 1.89 million. The reason for that is actually a bonus. It is because Lanzarote have turned professional, which is great. We can offer some full-time contracts in the near future. We now have a transfer budget of 20 grand. We have a quite high wage budget. I think that seems like a high wage budget for this division, or the division we're going up into. There was talk that we would get taken over in a tycoon. Nothing has materialised. The Athletic in the game said that it probably won't happen, so we'll see if anything comes of that or not. So yeah, really, really impressed the board this year. I think the supporters have been impressed too. Yeah, still holding on to some losses. Transfer activity, I've not had a look at this. Carlos Daniel, people really, really like him. Might see if we can do something permanent for him. He has been very good, to be fair. Are there anyone that people hate? Not really. They're pretty much okay with everything. Okay, what else do we have to look at? Dev Center, we don't have an awful lot going on in the Dev Center. It's pretty much what I showed you before. We didn't really produce anyone particularly good. There are a couple of players who have made first team appearances. Oscar Salas is one of those. I think we produced him. Oh no, again, RC Victoria. I don't really can't spot any of these names that we produced. However, the team for next season, if I go into tactics, we will definitely be looking at a goalkeeper. Hopefully we can get Carlos Daniel back in goal. If not, it will be Hugo Boulay. Right back, Raul Fernandez may move across to right back. Mateus is going, who started right back a lot of this year. Adrian McKean started right back for a lot of the running at the end of the year. Fernandez started centre back for a lot of games, high average rating. However, we have another centre back coming in, who I'll show you in a second. Centre backs will be the new guy and Sergi Nous, almost definitely. If I can get Jesus back in at left back, that will be a pretty good signing. DLP Callum, if we can sign him back up. Centre backs Enzo Mateu and Oscar Salas, they might hold it down. Alaman might play. I think that is a position we could probably do with bolstering a little bit. Wingers, Dorenzo if he wants to stay. Ratinho if you can manage to sign him. Pedro Vasquez still lingering around maybe. Fabozzo might get a chance out there. Espinola might get a chance out there. A lot of options for wingers. Up front, Gallardo might start there again. Jacobo Ray looks a pretty good player for this level, especially at 16. High potential. He might be an idea to try to bring through next year. Very weak. But in terms of an advanced forward, not the worst for this level. So we'll see. Maybe he won't start, but we'll see if we can get him some game time. So I think a couple of bolstering in the centre mids. See if we can get Ratinho on a permanent deal out wide. Maybe a new striker. That's what's in for the offing. I haven't had a look at anybody who's available. I think it will be picking up a lot of players from La Liga and Spain's second division. La Liga BBVA and La Liga Smartbank. See who's released from their youth academies. Try to pick them up. See what we can do. Maybe just try and get a large contingent of them in on trials. Pick who we want to keep. Get rid of who we don't want. Maybe keep some for the long term too. I could do with extra staff, but we do have extra staff due to turning professional. Let me see what else. I think. Oh, that was it. There was one. There was the potentially new. Here we go. Adrian Tabar. He's very good for this level. Sorry, no. Arthur Ponte. There we go. Very, very good for this level. I believe I'm the only bid. Yep. He was released from Lyon. Went to Nîmes, released from Nîmes. So, if we get him in, he would partner Sergi Nus next season. And then right back. He might play right back, to be honest. Personally, I'd play him centre mid. Which means Fernandez might go out to right back, Raul Fernandez. Right back is another position that may need looking into in the off-season. I think the off-season will be get who we can. Nobody is really locked in for next season starting. It'll be get who we can and then fill in the gaps with what we have, to be honest. And I think next season a fair aim would be sort of mid-table. I think we might be able to, if I just check it out here. Here we go. So hypothetically, if we're in group 5, I believe playoffs are down to 5th place to go up, but there are 5 relegation places. To be honest, all I want is to not go down next season. But to be fair, between 5th and 13th, there's only a 14-point difference, which is as close from 10th to bottom. So if we can end up in this sort of 5th to 9th range, I think that would be a fantastic season for us. What's that little H? What was high seed? Okay. I think that would be a fantastic season for us. If we can push into playoffs and go up, I think it might be too early to go up. But now that we're professional, we could maybe look at going up next season. And then here would be the struggle with 5 relegation teams again. We would really struggle in this division in a year's time. So with any luck, we could be there. Doubtful, but we'll see. Anything happen with Canary Islands? I don't think I've played a Canary Islands game since the last update. I don't remember if I updated this game last time, but we beat Greece 2-1 with Sandro and Iosi Perez scoring. This was in Euro Qualifiers Group C, which means we are third in the group, and in what's this? 3 days and 6 days, we play the two teams who are the top two in our group. Both of them are away, but we end up playing both of them at home. If we could get 2 draws out of the away, or a win and a draw, or sorry, at least 1 win, we could be looking at going through to the Euros. You would have to assume we beat Finland both times. If we can win one of these and one of these, that gives us 12 extra points. Puts us on 15 points. 15 points probably gets second place, maybe third. So I think that could be the aim for the Canary Islands squad. We haven't really got any youngsters in here, and also I forgot to call up Yero Pino for the last squad, or for this squad, which was a mistake. I think he was injured for the previous squad, so he hates me at the minute. But we will see what happens there. Anyway, I will update you next time on how these games go. I don't know whether next time will be start of the season or maybe probably a couple of games into the season when the transfer window's closed. I'll aim for that to be the next update. So I will see you then. Thank you for watching.